Oh, it's Mr. McFeely.
I have seen the future, and he was wearing number 5, and I ain't talking about Robbie Grimsley, folks.
Took out the muffins, took out the trail mix, took out the cookies. They stole the monster cookies.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Let's do some broadcasting.
All right, time for our weekly visit with Mike McFeely, the Forum columnist who joins us each and every Tuesday at 9:35. Spike the football and his Dragons being 3-0 after a big win over Winona on Saturday. You're on. There you go. All right, go ahead.
And
Yep.
you can't shut me up.
Many have tried. All have failed. All have failed.
Keep on trying. And the Dragons received votes.
I saw that.
In the AFCA coaches poll for Division II, which I believe and confirmed by the sports information director, Nolan Schmidt at MSUM, the first time.
Okay.
At least to the best of his knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, and it would make sense. He said the only other time probably that we would have been considered would have been 2018. That's the year they went to that mineral water bowl.
Yep.
Yeah, the Dragons are receiving votes. If they could knock off Wayne State here, which is always a tough out.
We got them last year down there.
Those Wildcats are tough. They've been tough to the Dragons. They always have some athletes.
Yeah.
There's some athletes in the NSIC.
Oh,
There's
God.
some. It's just that they just don't. Those Division II teams at that level just don't have the linemen. And the size.
So the Bison are off this weekend. UND's playing Valpo. Cobbers are on the road. This is the game to go to.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm
going to go Saturday?
I'm probably going to go work.
Right.
I'm probably going to go work there, but sure, okay. Yeah, you can sit in the stands.
I was going to go take the Jackman, I think, on Saturday.
I can loan you some of my MSUM gear. You can sit up in the stands.
Jack's got a stuffed scorch, I'm pretty sure. So there we go. We got that. So fun to watch. We've got Lockway coming up in about an hour. All right, let's get you rip the Band-Aid off on crazy, wild, I don't know what adjective you want to describe, that Carson Wentz will be starting at quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and when he signed, if you thought about it, which we all did at the time, you thought, well, okay, he signed as the backup, and obviously the Vikings didn't like the previous stiff they had that they signed as the backup.
Sam Howell. Yes.
Sam Howell. So they signed Wentz, and you went, well, I mean, J.J. McCarthy, he's a rookie, even though he's not, yada, yada, yada. There's probably a chance he's going to play some this year. I just didn't know it was going to be in week 3.
Yeah.
And, McCarthy has an ankle injury, apparently. Maybe. I don't know.
O'Connell denied that yesterday when asked that, but of course, coaches never lie, ever.
He denied what?
That it's a shadow benching.
Oh, well, what's he going to say? Yes, it is. We're lying because we've made a terrible decision with our quarterback.
Can Sam Darnold come back?
Oh, boy. So anyway, it's having lived in Minnesota for so long and been around this area for all of my 58 years, the Vikings have always, at least since the mid-'70s or so, have always been the thing around here, right? We've talked about this before, where the Twins used to kind of be 50-50 with the Vikings, and now it's just gone so insane.
Yep.
And with the advent of social media and all these blogs and all these podcasts and the popularity of the radio station, sports station out of the Twin Cities, and all the bits and it's just like this non-stop propaganda about the Vikings from everywhere. And people now, as we are prone to do in America in 2025, they just swing so hard it's like they played one decent quarter against a terrible Bears team, and they won. And that's the name of the game, is winning in the National Football League. You have to win the games.
Yep.
Okay, but this guy was like people were earmarking him for the MVP and like the Vikings for. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then and the team, by the way, not just him, the team stunk.
Yes.
That was
not good Sunday night.
That was.
Yep.
I've watched a lot of Vikings games over
bad,
the years. That
man.
was a bad game.
We were at a bad one. The NFC Championship. This was way worse.
This
than
was
that.
just the vibe of this is a bad team.
Yep.
I mean, but just the swinging is just wow. So I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
I don't know what your average Vikings fan, what their expectation is for Carson Wentz. I mean, at the start of the season, I think if you're a Vikings fan, you had to say if Wentz starts this year, things are not good.
I said that exact thing.
One way or the other.
Correct.
I mean, it's either because McCarthy was so bad that he had to replace him, or that McCarthy got hurt. And so either of those scenarios is a bad deal for the Vikings. And
here we are.
And so now, if let's just say that Wentz lights it up on Sunday, then it's the old question of what do you do?
What do you do then?
You know, I mean, do you put the kid back in there and say, well, he's our guy, even though, boy,
he's had one good quarter out of 8.
And O'Connell just was sort of, everything just was weird on Sunday night. Like McConnell just looked like he was just PO'd.
Yeah.
When McCarthy overthrew
Jalen Naylor,
which would have been a 75-yard touchdown or whatever it was, they showed O'Connell on the sideline, and his look on his face was like,
perplexed.
My God, like what? Like what can we do? We totally did everything we could for you to get the guy open, and it worked. We had the right call against their wrong call. We got him one-on-one on the outside. He beat his guy.
With the fastest guy we have.
And you overthrow him by 10 yards.
And you overthrew the fastest guy in the team.
Yes.
What?
Right. I mean, so, yeah.
What if it goes the other way and Wentz is not good? Is Max Brosmer then next up? The Gopher
But why would
guy?
why would that be any better than J.J. McCarthy, though? I don't think you'd go there. You'd go back to
but who knows how long McCarthy's out, what I'm saying. If Wentz is bad.
It might depend on how good Wentz plays on Sunday, don't you think?
I would think so.
Like if Carson Wentz is above average and they win, then suddenly don't you think J.J. McCarthy's ankle is still not healed?
Yeah, correct. Because they're going to London and Dublin for the next 2 weeks after that. That's just... For Carson Wentz, and we've talked about this, I don't know how many times in the 6+ years I've been doing this show of the now 6 different stops he's had since he left Philadelphia.
This is 16 in 6 years, isn't it?
And how things ended in Indianapolis. It wasn't good in Washington. He waited for a job we wanted a starting job. That's until Sean McVay called him to be a backup with the Rams. He took the backup job to Patrick Mahomes last year. Then he did the same thing, thinking he was going to be a starter this time around. I think, is this it? However this manifests itself with the Vikings or no?
Again, though, if he's functional, you can be a backup until you're 60. I mean, Joe Flacco is starting.
Still playing.
Starting. Yes. I mean, not even just play. He's
starting for the Cleveland Browns.
And he's like 62. He's like drawing Social Security. He's starting
he was drafted
for the Browns.
in 2008.
Right.
Yes.
And so, no, I don't. I mean, if he plays well, but if he stinks, or if there's more, stuff that, like there's baggage there.
That was the word I was going to use.
And it's, you can define it how you want. And I remember when the guy from the Alternative Weekly in Philadelphia.
My gosh. I was on your old radio show talking about that.
Wrote that story in the, whatever it was, the city pages or something, or whatever.
2018. It was the year after the Super Bowl.
And he just got just lit up. I had him on my radio program at the time, and he just got absolutely lit. And it all turned out to be accurate. There was just some issues there, and there was issues in Indianapolis. I mean, there's no indication here. There was no indication last year with the Chiefs that there was any problem.
That's Patrick Mahomes. You're not messing with that.
Or with the Rams, there was no indications there, but there was clearly, in every stop before that, there was some things going on.
It's just wild. The fact that fans up here, brains may melt if Carson Wentz completes a pass to Adam Thielen sometime during the game on Sunday for local football fans.
But will it?
Well, I mean, for those that are fans of each of those players, the fact that they're playing together, it's a big deal.
Isn't the water under the bridge for Carson Wentz in terms of people? I mean, he's been in the NFL for 8 years now, 9 years. This is his 9th year, isn't it?
Yes.
And so, I mean, I just think people are over. I don't think that I think there's still fans of him, but it's nothing like when he was first drafted. I mean, there was just this bandwagon of President Barack Obama told Joe Biden, no, the other way around. Vice President Joe Biden told President Barack Obama, you got to get on the Wentz wagon. And Barack Obama said that in a public speech in Philadelphia.
In Philly.
And so I think that to me, I think people now are much more fans of Cam Miller, Easton Stick, Trey Lance, Cody. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Wentz wagon is still rolling even around here.
Yeah, and that goes a whole other subsection of that of what Carson has done since basically he left NDSU on his non-connection with the school in the area.
Yeah, it just seemed. Yeah, I mean, he comes back for the AO1 thing, and he's still on the bank commercials and all of that. But I don't know that he.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's had a close connection with NDSU or given money or anything like that to the school. I don't know that for a fact, but it just seems like there's just not much connection there.
Vikes season already off the rails then?
God, sure seems like it.
Does with the amount of guys that are hurt too.
Yeah.
It's not just the quarterback.
Well, that's part of it too with McCarthy is he was not good. Don't misunderstand. But when you have your third string tackle
Not
in there,
great. Not good.
I mean, that's not good at all. And now the center might be out for a while, and there's some issues there beyond the quarterback position. They're missing 3 starters defensively on Sunday. And
Van Ginkel wasn't playing. Harrison Smith wasn't playing. So that's not a good scenario here.
This is the importance of Van Ginkel, by the way. Is my daughter texts me on Sunday night and goes, "Is the Gink playing?" And I go, "No, he's out with injury." And the one word, can I say this? Damn.
Yeah.
Was there one word response?
Yeah. I had a harsher word when he wasn't playing.
That's right. So that's the importance of Van Ginkel to the Vikings fans.
And now they're teammates. Van Ginkel sacked Carson Wentz. Do you remember that?
Oh, is that
2015 up here?
He's not the guy that hurt him.
I don't think so.
Wasn't that his hand on a helmet or something? A follow through.
Correct, but Van Ginkel broke him in half in that game.
Look at that.
Now it all comes together.
Oh boy.
Right? I'm going to have to find that video here. Maybe we can play it before we wrap.
Wow.
All right, let's break. We come back. We'll get Mike's thoughts on another Bison quarterback, how Cole Payton performed in the win over SEMO. Look at where the Bison stand through the first 3 weeks of the season. Back on Hot Mike here on WDAY Extra right after this. All right, wrapping up our first hour. We found the video of your guy, the Gink.
Of the Gink?
In college. So 2015, Bison fans need no reminding of this. That was South Dakota.
That was 10 years ago.
Joe Glenn, there he is, number 17. There he is crushing Carson Wentz.
I missed it. I was looking away.
You'll get it again. It loops again because then he gets him later in the game. This is later. Watch 7. Look at a spin move there on Landon Leckler and brings him down. Yeah. He end up being the Valley Newcomer of the Year. He transferred
to Wisconsin.
This is the play. Watch. Right? Just broke Wentz in half on that play.
So
he went to, I think he went to Iowa Western for 1 year because this is before the days of the portal and you had to sit out.
Right.
And then he went to Wisconsin and obviously drafted by the Dolphins and then signed for big money by the Vikings. So that was that game that USD scored. I think the year prior, the Bison had beaten USD by 1 million the first 3 years they played. And then South Dakota came up here and won on a walk-off field goal.
That was completely unexpected, that game.
Totally.
That was just a total shocker, out of left field.
I believe that was, correct me if I'm wrong, was that your first week back with the Forum? You wrote that story?
Might have been. But that was also a bad USD team.
Oh, yeah.
They were like 3-8.
They did not make the playoffs.
No,
that
they
year.
were like 3-8. They were a bad team.
Yep. All right, so let's transition to this year's version of the Bison quarterback. Cole Payton was pretty good on Saturday.
Yes.
348 and 4.
I'm going to be curious to see going forward how many other teams take the approach that Southeast Missouri State took.
Well, Tom Batukowicz believed he couldn't throw the ball.
Right, and that's, you and I have talked about this, and we talked about it, I think, last week on the show, is that there's clearly a narrative out there that started somewhere that you and I have asked a lot of questions about, can he throw?
Yep.
We don't doubt that he can, but we haven't seen it in a game.
Correct.
And it was no knock on Cole or knock on the coaching staff. It was just like, well, I need to see it in real action, real time. And then, okay, we think he can. The coaches have said he can. When we're at practice, we're going, oh, okay.
Yeah.
There were some misfires that we've talked about, honestly. Like, okay, well, that was odd. But for the most part, there were some throws where you go, oh, okay, that's okay. But the narrative that seems to be out there is not, can he throw? It's, he can't throw. And that's a whole different.
Right, that's a different deal.
That's a whole different narrative than like me going, well, I need to see it before because I don't know. because I haven't seen it in a game. But there's a narrative, like he can't throw.
Correct.
I've heard that from multiple markets. Let's put it that way.
And that is proven to be incorrect.
And it's like, okay.
Yep.
And clearly, I give Matukowicz credit for being for his
honest,
for his candor.
Yep.
But I mean, just like, I don't know, didn't think you could throw.
Okay.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's odd way to go about it.
And so as Tim Polasek said after the game, he's like, I was shocked. I'm looking out there and I'm seeing Bryce Lance lined up one-on-one. It's like, okay. So if teams want to go that route, if the narrative out there is he can't throw. Okay. Then if that's the choice you're going to make, which,
right.
Okay. And the other odd part of it is, to me, is if there's a question now after watching 3 NDSU games, it's more for me like, well, the running game still, I know that teams are stacking the box, and so that makes it really hard. But I'm still not seeing that explosive, guy. That I'm not seeing the ground and pound that we're so used to from NDSU. And again, when when you have 9 or 10 guys on the lines, scrimmage, you can't do that. I get it's a numbers game, right? But I mean, so I don't know. Maybe make them run. Maybe that's what you choose now. Well, okay, I guess he can pass, and we don't want to leave the best receiver in FCS who's going to be a second or third round
NFL
draft choice.
Yep.
We don't want to leave him one-on-one against a 5'11" cornerback.
Who, by the way, he blazed past.
Yes, and who, by the way, is the fastest guy clearly on the field as well, at least in that situation.
Man, oh man.
So let's make, and no offense to Barika Penu or DJ Scott, but let's make them beat us, and not the All-American receiver and the quarterback who clearly can throw it well enough to throw for 350 and 4.
Jeff and I talked about this yesterday. I'll ask you this before we move on. Can you gauge how good NDSU is considering who they played in the first 3 games?
I think you can see some things that are encouraging. That's for sure. Their defensive line is good. We've talked about that. Yep. I think their offensive line, while still a little bit, they're still moving some pieces around, and they're trying to figure out whether Griffin Empey belongs here or there and who belongs there. I think by the middle end of the year, I think it's going to be a pretty good unit. I think they're going to be all right.
Yep.
And so if you have that and you have a quarterback who can
throw,
and the number of receivers they have, and the linebackers have been really impressive.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness gracious. You watch all 3 of those guys, is just like, whoa, okay. And take into account the competition, but I mean, Staling, Donovan Woolen, just his work speaks for itself. It's like there's like a stretch there in that game, like 3 straight plays.
Correct.
You're going, oh, he's on every play.
Yes.
And then Logan Kopp. You always forget about Logan Kopp. I saw Logan Kopp's future father-in-law in the parking lot before the game, and he said, "Thank you for pointing out that Logan is also on the team as well." Is also on the team.
He's got a big week. He's getting married on Saturday. Mr.
That's
Kopp.
right.
The wedding is this week.
Right.
So
I forgot.
I got about the wedding. It's coming up.
Even the wedding's under the radar.
Last thing. What do we make of, because I had an email to ask you this. Can we ask Mike about what do we think are our projections, and especially Dom's prediction wrong about UND in 2025? And I already admitted that I was off on that.
I mean, we'll see. It's a 12-game season.
Yep.
But clearly I think they're better than I thought they were going to be bad. I mean, I thought UND with what they had coming back and with the questions at quarterback.
I picked them 7th in the league.
I thought they were going to be bad. They might be the 3rd or 4th best team in the league. And maybe they get even better. But they look good so far. I've talked about it before. The coaching change was a huge thing. It went from a program that just kind of felt like it was running in place and sort of tired to something that is like let's, we don't need to take a back seat to USD and Illinois State.
Correct.
And we're going to try to catch SDSU and NDSU.
Yep.
There's no reason why we can't do that, as opposed to, well, we can't win.
We're not going to be there.
So it's just a whole different attitude. And I think if you watch the games, and I do, there just looks to be a different gait to the players, and there's
a different energy around it too.
Little energy and just a little swagger, which I don't know that I've seen out of UND for the last 15 years.
Their transfers they got offensively are faster, too. I think there's some speed to UND they haven't had.
I think that was a clear emphasis for head coach Eric Schmidt. And I've never talked to the guy. I don't know what his thinking was, but you can look at the positions that they went out and got guys in the portal, defensive back and receiver.
Yeah.
And all of them, I think, were to add some speed because last year, that game in the Dome, you just went, wow, they're just slow compared to NDSU. And so they've improved that. And again, don't ever talk to the coaches up there, but I don't know if Jerry Kaminsky just was so bad last year that he couldn't
win the job.
How didn't he win the job last year? He looks pretty good right now. I mean,
looks really good.
So
we'll see. They got Valpo before their bye week, and then they've got out of the bye. And I was talking about this yesterday. With Sam Hurd, they got SIU, Youngstown, and Northern Iowa. Those are three you gotta, especially two of them on the road. They got to go to Cedar Falls and Carbondale, which they've never won in either one of those spots.
Yeah, they're going to win, and they'll win at UNI.
I believe that Carbondale will be tough.
Carbondale might be a tricky one.
Yep, and then they host Youngstown in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Those are teams that they have not beaten in the past. They got to show it here. They can knock them off.
I think they lost to Youngstown last year. At Youngstown.
That was the crazy finish out there. Remember? That was that one.
That was
right. Yep. Exactly. So it'd be fun to watch as we get going. Great stuff as always, bud. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Mike McFeely joins us each and every Tuesday at 9:30. We'll break. We come back. We'll start our second hour. Head out west. Visit with the top team in 3A football is Legacy High School. Head coach Chris Clemens will join us on the other side of the break. We come back.